Susan, this is very serious. If they had the balls to promise it before the election, then they could say they have a mandate. But they didn't because they knew they would not get one for it.
Absolutely. This is just one more of Labor's hidden agenda that they're rolling out now post-election. I'm incredibly concerned about what this will mean for regional communities and farmers who in all good faith have been working hard on productivity gains, genetics, pasture improvements. You know, we've got the world's best operators right here in Australia. But to have this kind of commitment thrust upon them, in addition to the rushed policy decisions on the 43% emissions targets, you know, this is just one more nail in the coffin of regional Australia.
The problem is that we shouldn't just sit back and accept it. We have to find a way to fight it rather than just saying, you know, that's it, deal done. The government will turn around and say that, oh, well, the big ups at the Farmers Federation, they were all in on it. Well, hang on, how does that work? Where the reality is that there are plenty of people, spoke to your colleague Bridget McKenzie last week, that plenty of farmers were ringing her red hot. Now, I get it, it's a lobby organisation wanting to get in good with a new government. But honestly, how does regional Australia buck this one?
Well, do what they've always done, keep working hard, continuing to write great trade deals, feed Australians and a good part of the world around us. The job that Australian farmers do is second to none in importance. You know, could there be anything more important than growing food and fibre for us as people, you know, regardless of Australians or otherwise? This methane tax is just so poorly thought through. There's no acknowledgement of the 46 million kangaroos, the 26 million feral pigs, the huge number of feral goats and deer and horses across the land, and yet we want to start reducing our food production capability. In New Zealand, it's going to cost farmers between another $5,000 and $50,000 a year. I mean, this will be the profit margins for some people. It is crazy. It is poorly thought through. And it is one more example of how regional Australia is getting in the neck under this government. I'm really concerned, Paul, because there is no plan. There is no plan to substitute the big income earners for this country, whether it be royalties and company taxes from coal and gas and iron ore, whether it be tax receipts and income receipts from agriculture. This government has no plan to substitute for any of those. What they do know about is big taxes, big spending, but Australia and Australian families, whether they be regional or whether they be right across the country, are going to lose out over this sort of commitments.